Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to the Streetwear and Stuff podcast. This is episode number 6. It is just me today. I'm just talking to you guys and myself. And yeah, a few things before we start. I just want to apologize for the last episode featuring Chavi. For some reason, the audio was a bit like shit. It kept cutting out. I mean, I'll leave it up, but yeah, I don't know what happened there. Hopefully, it doesn't happen again. But yeah. Also, the podcast is now on Spotify. If you want to listen on Spotify, just look up the Streetwear and Stuff podcast, and it should come up. So today's topic is tips to start reselling. So I get asked this question quite often, and so do lots of my other guests. I ask them what their tips are, and they give their feedback on it. I've never actually talked about what tips I would do, or I would recommend. So that's what I'm doing today. So let's just jump straight into it. So I have this little method. Well, it's not really a method, but I call it the 3 Ps. So patience, persistence, and personality. So let me just explain what I mean by those 3. Patience. So when people sort of start their selling accounts, they're come into it thinking they're gonna make shit tons of money overnight. Gonna be the next fucking Bill Gates or Jeff Bezos or whatever. That's definitely not the case. It takes lots and lots of hard work to be able to do that. We'll not even get to the point of Jeff Bezos or anything, but you will not be making thousands of dollars overnight. No. It takes lots of hard work to build up an audience, to get those sales. So yeah, what I would recommend doing is I would get in close with all the bigger sellers. That's what I did. So I got in real close friends and contact with the bigger sellers, and they ended up buying my stuff. So they would buy my stuff, and I'd hook them up, and I'd hook them up, and they'd shout me out. And then if it's a sick item, most cases, the person who shouts you out, their followers will come follow you, and then you just go from there. And if if you want to grow quickly, I'd recommend a giveaway, but don't just give away a fucking Hallenstein's hoodie. Give away something cool. Even if it's an expensive item, think of it as an investment into the future of your business. If you go through my Instagram, I've given away some pretty expensive items. I'm actually doing a giveaway as we speak, the moment of this recording, for a Tommy Hilfiger jacket, so go check that out. But even if it's expensive, just consider it as an investment. If you have that money to invest, do it. And just be patient. Shit will not come to you overnight. It takes a lot of hard work. And yeah. Alright, second P. Persistence. Pretty much, if shit hits the fan, just be persistent and you'll be fine. Whatever you do, you can't satisfy everyone. I've gotten some hate because I'm quite vocal about my opinions, and I try my best not to annoy people, but obviously I can't satisfy everyone. So honestly, very early on, I just stopped giving a shit what people thought. People would be like, "Oh, just sell clothes. No one cares about your opinion." And I'm just like, well, obviously you do, because you're the one replying. And honestly, if someone gives me shit and they're like, "Oh, just sell clothes," I'm just like, "Alright, buy clothes elsewhere." For example, when I spoke up about the Black Lives Matter movement. People were like, "Oh, you're not qualified to say this. You're young, and just sell clothes. No one cares about politics." I'm just like, okay, yeah, sure, I sell clothes, but I have a platform of nearly 4,000 people and I'm gonna say something that can make a difference, and I'm gonna say it. Especially if it's something I believe in. So, just ignore people like that. They're just fucking stupid, in my opinion. And if you've ever said something like that to me, or gonna say it to anyone else, fucking stop. Fuck you. No one likes you. And yeah. Next one, personality. There's so many pages doing this. Like, there's so many pages doing the exact same shit. Like, just separate yourself from the pack. Like, even with me, like, I'm doing this podcast, I do Trip to the Thrifts. Like, granted, I'm not the only ones doing them, but I feel these podcasts and those Trip to the Thrifts on my YouTube channel, they help the people that follow me connect to me a bit more, get to know me on a personal level. Like, some of my closest friends that I've actually met through selling clothes. So yeah, it's always good to have a personal connection with your customers. I think that's like one of the most important parts, because like most cases people will want to buy off their friends in some random fucking other selling account they don't know. So that's my take on it anyway. And adding on to personality, if you're gonna like show your personality, don't be a fucking robot. Like, I'm sure you know it's nerve-wracking getting in front of a camera and all that, like, and I can be sort of robotish at times, but like, you know, you just gotta like suck it up. Like, if people judge you, who cares? Like, yeah, this episode's gonna be really short, by the way. I'm looking at the timer. We're nearly at 7 minutes here. So it's definitely gonna be a shorter episode, but that's fine. Next thing I want to address is about followers. Followers really don't matter. Like, here's some food for thought. Would you rather have 10,000 followers and sell 10 items a week, or would you rather have 1,000 followers and sell 50 items a week? Now, if I was in that shoes, I'd rather have the 1,000 followers and sell 50 items a week. This game is not about followers. Followers honestly doesn't really matter. Yeah, sure, people look at followers and be like, oh, he has 3,000 followers, he's more trustable, but anyone can get an account with 3,000 followers and become a scammer. Right? That could have been their personal account that had 3,000 followers and they just switched it into a selling account and now they're scamming people. So don't sort of look at followers, just look at like references if you don't want to get scammed. But yeah, followers really don't mean shit in this game. It's just a number. This game is not about fucking how many followers you have. If anything, no one really cares how many followers you have. It's more about making sales and selling clothes and connecting with your audience. Like, followers, like, don't really matter. There are people who do buy followers. If any of you that listen to previous episodes of the podcast, and on me personally, I think people who the people that buy followers are fucking stupid. If you're buying followers, why don't you invest that money into like a giveaway? Because if you're buying followers, they're fake followers. They're not engaging with your thing. They're not engaging with your post. They're not buying anything. Why not invest that money into a giveaway, the same amount of money, into a giveaway, and get people who actually engage and talk to you and buy your stuff? Like, I just don't see the thought process behind it. Like I've said before, followers really don't mean anything. Now, to getting your account out there, I don't think I can really give much advice on this. I've seen people doing paid advertisements. I've never really done that, so I can't really comment on that, but I have done a few other things. Shout out for shout out, those tend to work. Because I've got over 4,000 followers now, I only do it with people over 500 followers. People might say that's dickish, but like, I don't know. But yeah, shout out for shout out definitely works sometimes. Yeah, having a clean feed I think is kind of important. Like, if your feed is all over the fucking show, people don't really want to follow someone with a messy feed, if that makes sense. So if you have a cleaner feed, people scrolling through your account will be like, oh, this guy's got cool shit, I'm gonna follow him. if that makes sense. But yeah, word of mouth. Like customer service is like so fucking important. Like if you're an asshole, no one's gonna wanna. Let me rephrase. If you're an asshole to your customers and other people, people are not gonna be like, oh, I look at this shirt I got off so and so. But if you're nice to your followers, people are gonna do that more and be like, oh, look at go check out this dude's account. Like, I don't know if that makes sense, but too late to go back now. But hopefully that makes sense. But yeah, word of mouth. If you're an asshole, people won't push your brands or your products. But if you're nice, there's more of a chance that people will. I should have just said that in the first place, but oh well. Relationships are so key. They are a key factor in success and growth in this industry. Can I even call it? Let's just call it industry. That's fine. But yes. Let me give you an example. So one of my mates, he has like a massive sneaker collection, like over 900 pairs of shoes. And because I developed a relationship with him, I hit him up and be like, hey, I'm doing a pop-up, like, would you be interested in selling some of your shoes, and I take a percentage out of the sale? He said, yep. He dropped off 25 pairs at my house, and I sold 22 pairs of his shoes. I think I made, out of selling his shoes, I think I made about $700. That's free money. I didn't have to invest any money to make it. Like, it was someone else's product that I was selling for them. I think I took like 20% out of the sale price and I made like $700. So that's pretty awesome. So yeah, relationships are key. Like, even if you're like good friends with like all the sellers, they're more likely to hook you up with really good bulk deals. So like, that's how I get most of my inventory, bulk deals from other sellers. So if you're friends and you're homies with them and you're nice to them, they're gonna hook you up more. Like, I'm not gonna hook up a seller who's an asshole to me, but I'm more than happy to hook up a friend with some discounts and bulk deals and all that. But yeah. Right, small flips on a big scale or big flips on a small scale. Now, I'm at the point in my business where I can afford to do both. But if you're starting out, what I did is I went for small flips on a big scale. So I would buy, for example, when I first starting out, I would buy Levi's for like $15 from the thrift store, from SafeMart. And then I'd flip them for $25, so that's $10 profit. But I'd flip them on Facebook and then go in like a few days. I haven't done that in a while because it's just coming back into winter again. But doing that on a big scale, like, people love cheap shit. Like, that's what I built my whole business around. Cheap sort of essential pieces that you need in your closet. And now I've gotten to the point where I can do big flips on a smaller scale, like shoes and all that. What I would recommend is doing small flips on a big scale. Like, a markup that I went by is, say I buy a shirt for $10. If I can make a 50% markup so I can sell it for $15 and make that $5 profit, then I'll do it. Like, and if you're doing that on a big scale, that's heaps and heaps of money. So yeah. Right, we just hit 14 minutes, so then that's really all I've got to say. So yeah, a bit of a shorter episode, but I feel like there's a lot. You guys got a lot of good sort of content out of this. Before I wrap it up, I do want to talk about a pop-up I'm doing. Let me just pull up the poster. I am doing a pop-up. If you are in Hamilton, New Zealand, you should definitely come along. Let me just get the details up. So it is on the Saturday, 27th of June, from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. It is in the Zeal building. The exact address is 9 Ward Lane, Wardlane, Ward Lane, number 9 in Hamilton, New Zealand. So definitely come along. There's gonna be, I think, maybe 12 vendors there, including myself. So if you want to come say what's up, please do. I would love to meet you all. And yeah, we just hit 15 minutes. What a milestone. But yeah, thank you guys for listening. This has been Daniel from New Zealand Vintage. Follow me on Instagram at NZVintage with 2 E's at the end. So NZVINTAGEE. My links will be in the description, so go check me out. And yeah, like I said, thank you for listening. Tag me on in your story of you listening to the podcast, and I'll give you a shout out and all that jazz. But yeah, like I said, thank you for listening to the Streetwear and Stuff podcast. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next episode. Peace.